Dave and Darren's Top 5 Things podcast. Welcome to another installment, friends, of the very best that we could get done for you when we do our morning show on Planet 93.9. This podcast is brought to us by Nature's Treatment of Illinois.
They have two locations, Tech Drive in Milan and West Main Street in Galesburg, and they are open 7 days a week, both locations. The Milan store offers both medicinal and recreational. Galesburg is recreational only. Those recreational waiting lists are available. Reserve your time at ntillinois.com.
Let's see, what else can we tell you? Number one.
Number one.
Today's the day we're supposed to get the ABBA news, all of the news of the reformed ABBA, a band that was offered $1 billion years ago to get reunited, and they said no. They figured out a way to make it happen. And the way to make it happen is they're going to have holograms of themselves performing music.
But it's not them.
What do you mean?
It's not them.
It's them.
No, it's not.
Well, I mean, it's their voices.
Yeah, it's their voices, it's not their faces.
No, well, it's their faces on...
Why couldn't they use their faces?
It's their faces.
No, it's not.
It is.
That picture that you showed me earlier?
It looks enough like them.
No, it doesn't.
Sure it does. I think this is maybe... If you're going to have an avatar of yourself, that's what they call the avatar, an avatar. I think that the two women in ABBA look pretty much like they did. I think the fellas have decided they want to look cooler.
As like different people.
They don't look like different people.
They do. Show me that picture again.
I'm telling you, they don't.
They do.
They broke up in 1982 and have been offered a ton of money. Again, famously turned down $1 billion. 4 people saying no to $1 billion. Well, they are going to make an announcement here, a little later on this morning, of the new theatrical show. Last week, the 4 of them announced on Twitter, "Thank you for waiting. The journey is about to begin." There's supposed to be a historic live stream event today. And ABBA will be releasing, it says, a whole album's worth of new songs in a sensational comeback.
I thought it was just a couple songs.
Well, it was originally, but I guess they figured out a way to make it all happen so it's a whole album. The group says here, "We all 4 felt that after some 35 years, it could be fun to join forces again and go into the recording studio, so we did." It sounds very much like ABBA is what we've been told here. There are 5 songs that we know about, including "I Still Have Faith in You" and "Don't Shut Me Down." There's also a report of a state-of-the-art show called ABBA Voyage. That will be the hologram show happening in London at Olympic Park. 8 shows a week starting in May of 2022, featuring a blend of previously filmed and hologram content, and there will be actual live performers. So the holograms will be backed up by a live band.
That's not ABBA.
Well, it's close. And then the show will run in London from 2022 until 2025, and then it will move either to Stockholm or Las Vegas. Why not both?
Yeah, why not both?
If they're
It probably will be both.
They've not released any new music since 1981, and they broke up the following year after the marriages dissolved. Right? They were married. 2 of them were married to the other 2 of them. They had a huge run in the 90s with the Mamma Mia musical. And when that happened, they were offered $1 billion. $1 billion to do 100 shows around the world. Can the 2 of you do 100 shows together?
It was probably...
And they all said no thanks.
It was probably offered up by the same guy whose idea it was for the all-you-can-eat crab at Red Lobster. It wouldn't have necessarily worked out well. Oh my God, we lost our... Ugh. I thought all-you-could-eat crab was bad.
They haven't performed since '82. They're all in their 70s.
Sure.
Bjorn is 76, Benny is 74, Agnetha is 71, and Annie Fried is 75.
Sure.
The YouTube channel will have this this announcement. I guess they're going to be... Will they be live for the announcement on their YouTube channel? Well, that could be cool.
And how much younger will they look on that?
Well, I mean, they're holograms. They're not going to have 74-year-old holograms. I think this looks enough like them. You don't think this looks like them?
Let me see
Do
again.
you know what ABBA looks
Yes,
like?
I do.
You don't think that looks enough like... I mean, they look like they're in the movie Tron for some reason. This is... You don't think that looks like...
Okay, maybe. That does...
It's like they've taken their faces and put them on...
Tron.
Here's the thing with ABBA. They have very much like 70s haircuts.
Not the...
No, but the new ABBA has haircuts that are more in line with 2021 sensibilities.
Right.
So we'll see. It says here now a whole album. We were told it was like an EP. Now it's going to be an entire album.
An LP.
That's right. What if ABBA like dominates the charts?
Yeah, no, they probably will. We'll be playing them.
No, I don't know that we will. You think?
Sure. New ABBA? Come on.
Well, listen, man. Like
Get on.
Sweden,
Get on board.
so much of pop music is done in this like one studio in Sweden. There's just this one guy, Max Martin, who's made like every hit pop song of the last 25 years. So maybe, but no matter what, it's not going to be big enough that they're going to go and tour. They don't need to.
Don't need to.
They've got holograms to do that.
They'll just send Michael Jordan's underwear out on tour.
Here's some people on Twitter reacting to the announcement that's about to happen. Here's one. It says, if this ABBA thing is just that weird hologram tour and not actual new music, it's going to be a huge L for me. No, it's new music. But I think it's weird that they would introduce new music if they're holograms. Like, you're going to hear Waterloo and Take a Chance on Me, and then they do the new music, and that's when you get up and go to the bathroom, I guess.
And get a hologram of a beer.
It's $12.
What was that?
It's ABBA beer. If ABBA goes on tour, this person writes, I will sell a body part just to go.
Not one of mine. Somebody's.
Did you chop off somebody's arm for ABBA tickets?
Perhaps.
That's not how anything works.
Number two.
I have something from the follow-up file. Do you remember the story? This was in Michigan, Grand Haven, Michigan, where an adult son was living with his parents, and they threw away his porn collection, so he was suing them for the value of the porno collection. He found out that his stash was gone. Dad said in an email here, frankly, David, I did you a big favor getting rid of all this stuff. David didn't see it that way.
No.
David, working,
43
years old, took his parents to court, and we have the decision here from the judge. U.S. District Judge Paul Mahoney, this decision coming 8 months after David Working won a lawsuit against his parents. And now the judge is ordering mom and dad to pay their son because they threw out his pornography collection. The judge is ordering this couple to pay their adult son $30,441.
Oh.
Judge saying they had no right to throw out his collection of films, magazines, and other items. Wow. The judge followed a value set by a pornography expert. The parents also, in addition to the $30,000 they got to pay for getting rid of the porno collection, they also have to pay the $14,500 that their son's
Legal
attorney needs.
So $44,000.
$44,000 for your adult son.
I'll take, if you'll go ahead and pay my attorneys, then I will take the rest of that in a gift card.
Wow. Their argument was that they had a right to act as his landlords. But the court disagreed. The boxes and films, according to Working, were estimated at $29,000. The judge must have added another couple bucks there. I don't know. I did you a big favor getting rid of all this stuff, David. Well, no, that's not how David saw it. I think he was their only kid, too.
Well, yeah, why would you want another one?
Oh, that's horrendous. So, how do you come up with that kind of dough?
Well, why don't you just basically charge him for rent for how many years?
Well, yeah. I have the list here that the son submitted to the court with the value of all of the movies.
Yeah.
So this guy must have kept a list of all the movies. I can't give you the titles of a lot of them.
Right. Sack lunch, though.
There's a couple here that are better than the ones that were on our shelf, and there's a couple here that I'd like to put on our imaginary shelf. One of the more expensive movies was worth $100. A movie called Snatched to the Future. Also valued at $100 was a VHS copy of Max Hardcore Extreme Schoolgirls 16.
Right.
Also on the list here, Captain Mongo's Porno Playhouse. That one's only worth $7 for some reason.
You know why.
Hey, My Grandma is a Whore, number 3. That was worth $44. Whereas Ass Man 19 is only worth $6.
Keep it fair.
Invisible Lover is a $9 movie. And then, let's see, this is a $74 movie, Radioactive Infected Sluts from Hell. The father wrote in an email to the son, David Working, in January of 2019 that they found 12 moving boxes full of pornography, plus 2 boxes of sex toys, and they threw them all out. He wrote back to his dad, quote, "There's plenty of porn on the internet if you want to watch that, Dad. Believe me, I know you need it with Mom around."
Oh, brother.
Meanwhile, for me, there are college girls out there waiting to be made into women.
What? That's your defense?
Yep. He's the guy that ended up winning. Oh, my gosh. And the dad, Paul, writes to his son, "Why do you keep so many VHS tapes? Who buys VHS tapes nowadays? Do you even have a tape player?" Boy, these two go back and forth. But he's got the complete list here. And again, a lot of these titles I can't read. Debbie Does Dallas 3 and Big Bad Grannies. He's into a very particular... See, I'm noticing a theme here with some of these.
And again...
Yeah.
This dad, when the kid was born...
Yeah.
Thought it was one of the best days of his life.
He passed around cigars. He was so happy.
Yeah. Careful what you wish for.
Number 3.
90s nostalgia. It's big right now.
For who?
For everyone. Friends and Seinfeld are still like those popular TV shows on streaming services. A internet service provider has taken a look to see what the most searched movies from the 1990s are. Mm-hmm. And they're able to break it down by state. So, in Illinois, the most searched movie from the 90s is The Lion King.
Okay.
That's also the number one most searched movie in, a lot of states.
Never saw that one.
Really?
No. I know the song.
Can You Feel the Love Tonight? Or which song?
All of them.
So you know the music, but not the movie.
It's the Circle of Life, right?
Yes.
And then what's the one about...
Hakuna Matata?
Yeah. Yeah. That's a catchy little number.
Lion King is the most searched for movie in 18 of 50 states.
Was that a play first or a movie first?
It was a movie first.
Movie first.
And then a musical.
Then a musical.
And then a movie based on the cartoon.
What?
Well, they did like a live action CGI thing.
Live action.
18 states, the number one 90s movie is The Lion King. That's, let's see, Texas, Missouri, Illinois, Michigan, Kentucky, Florida. Lion King, number one. I guess it makes sense that a Disney movie would be the number one searched movie in Florida. What do you suppose is the most searched for movie from the 1990s in the state of Iowa?
Field of Dreams.
Not a 90s movie.
That's an 80s movie?
Yeah, it came out in the late 80s.
Okay.
It's a solid guess, but that movie came out in 1989.
Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift.
Not from the 90s. The answer is obvious, Darren. It's obvious, and it should be especially...
It's obvious?
Yes. It should be especially obvious
1990s. Well, see,
It came out in the 90s.
I forget what the 90s was and wasn't. Let's see. From the 90s.
The most searched for 90s movie in Iowa. Uh-huh. I'll give you a bit of a hint. It's also the number one movie. It's the number one movie searched from the 90s in 3 states.
In 3
Iowa, Nebraska, and Oklahoma.
Thelma and Louise.
No. The answer is...
Is that from the 90s?
Yeah, I think Thelma and Louise is from the 90s. Yeah. Yeah, that's not on the list here. I'll tell you the movies that it isn't, although they are very much searched for. Austin Powers, The Spy Who Shagged Me, is the number one searched movie in North Dakota for some reason, and only in North Dakota.
People prefer the second movie.
The Spy Who Shagged Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so. Toy Story 2 is the number one most searched movie in Alaska, and only in Alaska. Then you've got Beauty and the Beast, Saving Private Ryan, Aladdin, Armageddon, all in a handful of states. But the 3 states that this movie is number one, Iowa, Oklahoma, and Nebraska. I'll give you another hint, Darren.
Okay.
It's probably on TV right now.
Twister.
It's Twister.
Got it.
Of course it's Twister.
Got it.
Twister, the most searched for movie in Iowa. So in Illinois, it's The Lion King. In Iowa, it is Twister. And I guess that makes sense. Portions of the movie were filmed in Iowa, and,
I wonder if Helen Hunt
tornadoes.
would ever consider doing derecho.
That's not
Although some of the people in that movie are not with us any longer, are they?
No, including the star.
Yeah.
They are doing a reboot, and Philip Seymour Hoffman's quite dead too, isn't he?
He is.
Yeah. The internet has been begging for a Twister 2.
Let's twist again,
Well, look,
like we did last summer.
that's not bad.
I think I got it.
That's not bad.
Just give me a month. I'll put it together for you.
Universal is the studio that produced the original Twister, and they are moving forward with a new spin on the 1996 movie Twister.
I see what you did there.
Nah, I didn't. That's the writer of this article here in Cinema Blend. The director will be Joseph Kosinski. Now, Joseph Kosinski is also the director of Top Gun Maverick. So this guy seems
Did
to
that
have
ever come out?
It's coming out later this year.
Boy, that's been working on that one forever.
Well, that movie came out in 1986.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's a bit of a delay. Top Gun Maverick comes out in November. Twister 2, they're still working on. It will not be, they say, a sequel. But the movie is written by... Twister became the second highest grossing film of 1996. Only Independence Day
Really?
was made more money. And they came out with an Independence Day sequel not that long ago.
Dependent Day.
It was just about dependence.
Yeah.
Joseph Kosinski, it's pointed out here, He's also the guy that did the sequel to Tron,
Here we go.
an 80s movie.
I knew it.
An 80s movie that had its sequel in 2010.
I knew it. I knew this would all lead back to Tron.
So this guy has a certain niche that he's carved out. He will be the guy who directs your movie if you need a sequel made of a movie that was made a long, long time ago.
All right. Well, then is there any talk of Megafault 2?
Megafault 2? No.
More Megafault.
Twister 2, let's twist again. If that's not the tagline for that movie, I don't know. I don't know what it is. Somebody pointing out that there is a movie called Twister 2, but that movie has nothing to do with the movie Twister. Yeah. And there are a lot of folks that think without Philip Seymour Hoffman and Bill Paxton, you have no business doing a Twister 2. Twister 2, The Terror Continues, was also released in 1996.
Huh.
They put that out to trick people into thinking that it was a sequel to the movie, but it wasn't. Someone here suggesting that the movie be called Two-Wister. You know, like Too Fast, Too Furious. Just call it Two-Wister. We'll see. But I'll tell you this. When Twister 2 gets made,
Yes.
it'll be a continuation or a reboot.
Oh my
I
God.
don't know.
Can you imagine when it comes out
Yeah.
how it's as if Twister isn't already on every channel right now.
Right.
Can you imagine when that comes out?
Well, now you'll have marathons.
They'll just be pumping it up.
You'll just have marathons. Maybe Twister gets its own channel by then. Movies with tornadoes. There's Tornado Warning.
I don't know that one. Tornado Warning.
That came out in 2002. There's a 1943 movie called Tornado. That looks pretty good.
Were there any tornadoes in Megafault?
No, I think that was just
They
all...
didn't, like the Megafault didn't cause a tornado?
Now, there are tornadoes in Sharknado.
Yeah.
1996, there was also a movie called Night of the Twisters. Gosh, 1996, every movie was about tornadoes. There's also a movie in 1996 that's just called Tornado with an exclamation point. So you had Tornado, Night of the Twisters, and Twister all in theaters the summer of 1996.
What about a little movie called The Wizard of Oz?
That's not bad. Although the tornado is not really the star of that movie. It's more of a plot device.
It's in there, though.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty prominent.
Now, you think that Jaws is the star, the superhero of the movie Jaws, the
Yes.
shark. Do you think the tornado, in a way, is a hero?
Yes.
Because it helps kill the Wicked Witch?
Yes.
We need to take a break. Here's the news from WQAD News 8.
And the news is brought to you by Premier Jewelry and Loan.
Yes.
Well, do you want to...
You're not on the stand.
Do you want an honest answer or not?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes, David. I think it's a hero.
Four.
Are you ready for this morning's Florida story? Not related at all to the Florida story, but this is getting a lot of traction. This woman is using footage that she took from her doorbell camera to point out what she calls a rather large red flag that happened on a date she had with a gentleman. She says this is the second red flag of their evening together, and it's this. She gets into her house, and he doesn't come in with her. But I'm watching the video going, okay, what did he do wrong? And then you realize she's letting herself into the house. The guy is dropping her off after the date. He doesn't wait to make sure that she gets into the home.
Right.
Just
peels off.
Just speeds off.
Well, you might have another date.
That must be it. Yeah, she says that was
I got
a
somewhere
huge-
else to be.
To not sit there and wait just to see that she gets in the house okay. She's like, well, that's
Well, how long does it take you to get in the house?
Well, that's the thing. It's a courtesy. That's a courtesy I would extend to you. If I were dropping you off at your house, I would make sure that you got in the house okay before I took off. That's just being a human being. Mm-hmm. I guess the other red flag, she said, because people were wondering, she posted saying this is the second red flag of the date, and the other one was that he didn't open any doors for her. She had a problem with that. Again, it's just
Maybe he didn't have a key.
Maybe just. Well, I think they went out to like a restaurant. She said he paid for the drinks and the meal, so that was good. But the not opening a door was one red flag, and then the not waiting to see that she got in the home, another huge red flag.
Huh.
So now she's
no second date.
She says she's ghosting this guy now, and that's probably a good idea. There's a first date in Florida, the subject of today's Florida Man story.
Florida? But that's America's wing.
Taylor Beverly taking a first date out on a motorcycle. Mm-hmm. And the first date ended with a high-speed police chase.
You like that? Now that's exciting.
Investigators say Taylor Beverly, who's 22 years old, ran through a red light Saturday night while driving his 2017 Suzuki with a female passenger.
Yeah, it's a Suzuki.
Beverly allegedly looked back and made eye contact with the nearby Clearwater Police Departments as he raced away. Police activated the cruiser's lights and siren, sought to make a traffic stop, but he drove well over 100 miles an hour and began to weave in and out of traffic, running multiple red lights.
With her on the back, huh?
Yes, this is their first date.
It's how I roll.
Cops initially gave chase, alerted other units to be on the lookout for this idiot. He was seen and taken into custody around 10 p.m. after stopping his motorcycle at an intersection. After being read his rights, Beverly confessed to the cops that he was trying to, quote, show off for his date.
Did it work?
No! Not impressed. The woman told cops she was screaming at him to stop, but he refused. This was their first date. So, he never would have been pulled over if he hadn't initiated the chase. Does that do anything for you, baby?
So no second date.
I can't imagine any world where there'll be a second date. This guy's rap sheet includes convictions for cocaine possession, probation violation, grand theft, and passing a counterfeit check.
All by the age of 22, huh?
Yes! Also cited for reckless driving and driving an unregistered vehicle following a motorcycle crash that happened in 2019.
And you say this took place in Florida?
It did.
I would say, yeah, he should stay there.
Thought that this was going to give the data.
Yeah, Florida needs you more than us.
He made eye contact with a cop and then sped away through the red light.
And eye contact, a wink?
Like it's on.
Uh-huh.
Hey, let's do this. Hey, be cool. I'm trying to impress this chick.
Just trying to get my Tokyo drift on, man.
Nothing turns chicks on like fleeing and eluding. Everybody knows that.
Without a helmet.
Right. Meanwhile, she's screaming the whole time, "Pull over, you idiot." What? I thought you'd be into this. Yeah, I can't imagine.
Can't tell me that wasn't exciting.
Five. Number five.
Someone is selling a pair of boxer shorts that Michael Jordan wore. Michael Jordan's used boxer
Underwear.
shorts. Yeah.
Yeah, not his playing shorts,
No.
actually underwear.
No, you're right. Leland's Auctions selling Michael Jordan's used boxer shorts, which are up for grabs. They are gray and black underwear compression shorts, and it says here they show signs of definite use.
Ugh.
But it's not that, because it also says that there is a dry cleaning tag inside the shorts, suggesting that the shorts have been washed. You get boxer shorts dry cleaned?
I know.
I guess if you're Michael Jordan, you do. Do you just get everything dry cleaned?
I would think that if you're Michael Jordan, you'd wear them once and just throw them away or give them away.
Well, especially since they're Jordan brand boxer shorts, right?
Yeah.
Like, how does he... The gray and black underwear compression shorts show signs of definite use with loose threads along the seams.
I would think he would do the same thing with socks, that he would just wear socks once.
They wanted me to wear socks again, and I took that personally. The shorts were worn regularly, the boxer shorts worn regularly by Michael Jordan. So that's... starting bid is $500. So far, there have been 3 bids, and we're up to $605. If you'd like to own a pair of underpants.
Jordan brand. You know what would be more valuable than that? A lock of his hair.
Unusual item shows definite use, as this pair of underwear compression shorts was worn by Michael Jordan with some loose threads evident at the seams. Originating from a family member of MJ's Last Dance security guard, John Michael Wozniak. So the security guard grabbed a pair of his underpants? These could be worth something someday. It even has a dry cleaning tag inside with the last name Wozniak, as well as a tag that says Michael Jordan, with the iconic last name on the waistband. It says, this is as close to greatness as one can get.
Oh, I don't know about that.
This is just one of many items in this auction that were given to Wozniak from MJ himself, including suits, ties, belts, and jackets.
I can't pay you, but here's some underwear.
Would you like some of my underpants?
How would you like some used underwear?
Yeah, no, actually, that could be worth something someday. Thanks, Michael.
Oh, there'll be no payment.
These shorts are part of a sale of Jordan's belonging that ended up in the hands of his bodyguard. How Wozniak ended up with a pair of boxer shorts, we don't know.
No one can say.
He has previously sold items related to Jordan through the same auction house.
And Michael's okay with that?
Well, I mean, what's he going to do? He sold a watch that Jordan gave him for $1,500.
How much was the watch worth?
The watch was inscribed. It says to John M. from MJ.
Wouldn't you
12/25/93.
Wouldn't you think Michael Jordan, if he bought you a watch, that the watch, just the value of the watch would be $1,500?
It's a Rolex that Michael Jordan bought him for Christmas in 1993. Wozniak's the guy who he keeps doing the coin toss bets with in the Last Dance. I don't know. You're right. You would think a Rolex
Is just on its own.
is worth $1,500 at least.
Easy.
Right. Wozniak passed away in January of 2020. So this is the family selling his stuff, I guess.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
Is it all over, Rock? I guess so. I didn't think it'd be like this.
Thanks for downloading Dave and Darren's Top 5 Things podcast and leaving a review of it if you get a chance. That's always appreciated. I also want to say thanks to our sponsor, Nature's Treatment of Illinois.
And their goal is to fully understand their clients' needs physically, mentally, emotionally, because they know it's not easy to live with a chronic illness. Their experienced wellness consultants will sit down with you and discuss what options are going to work best to make you feel more comfortable. Frequently asked questions are answered at the website. That is ntillinois.com.
Until next time, hang loose, kooks.
And you stay classy and safe, Quad City.
Come on, Quad Cities, represent. This is for the Quad Cities record spot. Davenport, yeah, we keeping it locked. Rock Island, come on, and it just don't stop. East Moline, yeah, they keeping it hot.
Hi, this is Art Linkletter. Thanks for listening.